hello. Oh, this is covering so much of the chat. Hold on. How's it going, guys? Hello. Paying taxes. Excuse me. I expect my citizens to pay tax. What do you mean, paying taxes? Psh. What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyway, guys, how's it going on this wonderful... Oh no, I broke something. Hold on. I broke something. I broke it. Oops. I broke my Windows Explorer thingamajigger. It's fine. Hello, how's it going? I wanted to ask you guys. We should figure what are we talking about today? That's a question. That is in fact a question. What are we talking about today? Let's commit tax evasion together. What now? Excuse me. What did I say about law abidingness? Huh? What did I say about law abidingness? Huh? Why you guys not pay me my monies? Big Sag. So today I wanted to just do a chill chatting stream and just hang out. And also, I know Lawrence, last week you asked me about like learning Japanese, and I don't know anything. I know nothing, but I think we can put together something. I can give some general advice, and yeah, we'll go from there. So to start the day, what did you guys eat for breakfast or for dinner, for lunch? You guys want to know what I had? You guys want to know what I had? I had coffee with oat milk, and then I put chocolate cereal in it and more oat milk, and I ate it, and it was so good, and it made me really happy. Yeah, that's my story. That's my story. Okay, there's my music. I was like searching for my music, and I couldn't find it. I usually have everything ready, and then of course this is what I did not have ready. Round 2 of this music. Should we put something different this time? Should we put some different music this time? I should look through. Okay, first, while you guys are thinking about what to say, I will say hi to everybody. Jury, hello. Lawrence, hello. I was always here. I'm always early. I'm always here. It's just YouTube is late. Okay, YouTube is late. Breakfast, hello. Kai, hello. Hunter, hello. Crimo, hello. Music, hello. Leon, hello. Heckle, hello. Oliver, hello. Welcome. Aaron, hello. Did I get everybody? Dangle, long time no see, bro. How are you? Ayo! Nice to see you! Entity, hello! Oh god, she had coffee. Listen, I have coffee every day. Does it do anything? No. I'm one of those people where, like, coffee does nothing to me. I drink coffee, and the next day I'm fine. And I don't drink coffee, and I'm the same. That is how I am. I'm cool. I'm not coffee resistant like that. Yeah. Believe me. Yeah. It's truth. It's truth. I want coffee. You should get some coffee. You should get some coffee, bro. It's been so long. I'm actually supposed to be asleep, but I don't want to miss out on saying hi. Oh, it makes me so happy. We should catch up offline, bro. It's been so long. I feel ya. I've been so busy. I've been like chronically offline this year, actually. I saw your covers. It's so cool, guys. For those of you who don't know, my good friend here, Dangle, does awesome English covers and does duets and collabs. And it's like every time I open Discord, he's working on like Ableton Live, and I'm just like, damn, this guy speed runs Ableton Live like it's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm just like, look at that commitment. So you should go check him out. Check out his YouTube. He's pretty awesome. Sings really, really, really well too. Yeah. We actually did a duet together a couple years ago. How time has gone by. But yeah, it's so great to see you, bro. I always check out the covers. I'm always a lurker. I should comment more. I really want to comment more. Usually I'm like listening to it on the way to somewhere or something. I check out like my friends' video updates and stuff on the way to going somewhere, so I often am like in a rush because I'm constantly like idoing. What do you call it? I'm constantly on the move nowadays. I'm actually in Europe right now, for example. I've been to so many countries. Guys, do you want to hear something crazy? Who wants to guess how many how many flights I've been on this year? I reached frequent flyer status. I get automatic, I get free baggage now. That's how much I've flown this year. And I'm flying more this year. I'm flying more. So, yeah. But it's great to see you, bro. Miss Worldwide, do I want... Listen, I am a hikikomori at heart. I like being in my room. I actually don't love traveling, but I've had to so much for school and work this year. I mean, I'm thankful to be able to do it. Like, I'm thankful to have had the time and the opportunity to do it. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm tired. I want to be home. I want to stream. I want to not have responsibility. Where? But it is what it is. But it's great to see you, bro. Get some rest. Get some sleep. Get some of your choco and send it over to me. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, wait, let me catch up with, what was it? Someone said something. How are you, Kiri? Hello, nice to see you. Shiro, hello. I am what? I am Hikikorori. Yeah. Hikikomorori. Yeah, no worries. Head out, have a good rest of your evening. Midnight sleep. Get some rest. Have fun. I'll catch you later. Yeah, international ferry. I've been flying way too much. I think I've been on like 15 plus flights this year. And I have 1, 2, 3 more this year left. Yeah. International NEET. That sounds about right, Entity. That sounds about right. Actually, no, technically I am employed. What is it? NEET stands for like not in education, employed, or training, right? But I was in education. I am now employed, and I will be in training. So does that count? Okay, let me catch. Wait, well, I asked you guys what food you ate, and then I totally missed responding. Oatmeal and coffee sounds edible. It's not oatmeal. It's like the Choco Krispies, like the Kellogg's Choco, not the Rice Krispies, like the Choco. They look like little scoop flakes. You know what I mean? Like little scoop flakes or something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about? Am I not making sense? Is that typical me not making sense? It's one of those things. Rice with karaage with Coke this night. That sounds so yummy. I want to eat rice. It's been a while since I ate rice, actually. It's been a couple weeks. I miss rice. I too would like to eat rice. Maybe I should cook rice for dinner. Maybe I should have rice for dinner. What else? I love coffee. Coffee is yummy. How do you guys usually take your coffee? I like my coffee. If I'm having coffee, I like it either straight if I'm having it with the dessert, or I like to have it with just like milk in it. I don't like sugar in my coffee. No sugar in Roro coffee. I consume enough sugar as it is. I love rice. Me too. It's one of my favorite foods. I'm a NEET at heart even though I work and interact with guests. Lawrence, that is like the statement of the day. I am a NEET at heart. I too would like to live a choice. What is it? I make the decision to live an unemployed life. I want to retire. Actually, it depends on what I'm doing for my job. If I'm still doing the job that I will be doing, I think I want to retire early. But if like for whatever reason I get to, like, I don't know, hit the jackpot in my life and I get to stream full time or something, then I'm never retiring. You're never gonna get rid of me. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be old Grandma Roro, and you'll be like, wow, she's still running. She's still streaming. She's still terrible at Apex. That's what's gonna happen. Apex is gonna be like oldies. What does it call it? Retro gaming. I'm gonna still be playing Apex. You guys are gonna be like, wow, that's old. That's ancient. I drink coffee when it's really hot. Summer in the Philippines. Yeah, iced coffee. I had iced hot cocoa yesterday. That made sense. Iced hot cocoa yesterday. Milk rice. Wait. You mean like in Germany, like milk rice? Like milk, R-E-I-S, milk rice? Like the milk, like, what is it? Milk rice. It reminds me of like that, what is it, Southeast Asian food. I was surprised that they have it in Germany. I guess it's like rice pudding. But like milk rice I think is more common in those regions, right? Like rice with milk and like sugar. It's almost like okayu, like rice porridge, but not sweet too. There's also that version. I think I like both versions. I think I prefer the sweet version. Apex Season 120 still never got into prep. Wow. It's so little faith in me. So little faith in me. Milk rice. You guys don't know milk rice? Do you guys not know milk rice? Milk rice. Hold on. I will show you. Milk rice. I'm in Germany right now, so all my search results are in German. Hold on. Let me show you. I'll show you my screen. Oh, that's not it. That was not my screen. Oops. Hold up. Oh. Yeah. This is milk rice. Can I read German? No, I cannot. I was going through immigration and the guy was like, do you speak any German? And I was like, no. I don't know German yet. I'm learning. I'm not learning. I should learn German. I want to learn German. It's just there's too much work. I can read German. Okay, I know how to, so this is milk rice. It's like rice and milk and it's sweet. Yeah, it reminds me of like the South Asian food that's also like milk rice, I think. It's like the same kind of style. It tastes a little different maybe, I'm sure. I think I've tried it like a few times, so. Yeah. Mango sticky rice! I love mango sticky rice! Oh, I want to have mango sticky rice! Yeah, that's what I want to eat. I want to eat that. Roro, if you want, I can teach you German. I want to learn German. It's on my list. I just don't have... I need to improve my written Japanese because I have to use it for work. Because I won't be in Germany long, right? I'm only in Germany for like a month and a half or two more. And then I'm moving to Japan again, so I gotta improve my Nihongo. Nihongo o jouzu desu ne tte iwaretaku nai ya. I don't wanna be Nihongo o jouzu when I get there again. They'll be like, long time no see, Nihongo o jouzu desu ne. Ich lieb decent stream? Oh no, I need to first start with letters. Großer Kurfürst, what? Is German hard to learn? I think every language has its own challenges. The hardest language to learn, and this is gonna sound like really weird philosophical, but like I think the hardest language to learn is a language you're not interested in. Cause like it's hard, like it takes time and effort to learn a language, you know? Every language has its like fun things and difficult things, and like you have to have commitment or else everything is hard. Yeah, I'm eating spaghetti. Spaghetti. I like spaghetti. You guys want to see what I cooked the other day? I was really proud of it. I sent it to JL and Shaka, my awesome broskies, my awesome mods, and they were like, "What is this? Ro can cook?" Hold on. I will show you guys. I will show you guys my fantastic cooking. Are you ready? Chat, hold on, wait. Can I open it right here? I wonder if it'll let me open it right here. It let me open it here. Okay, I'll show you. Wait. I made this. I cooked this. Does it look yummy? I made this. I should share it in the food Discord. I didn't think about that. I made this. Do you like it? Does it look yummy? It's not spaghetti. It's technically it's not burnt. Jury. Of course it's not burnt. No, it's not Chinese food. It's like it's eggplant and zucchini in and I like to use up leftover ingredients sometimes when I have it. Wait, hold on. Let me move this. This is like I'm like moving to the edge. Okay. I like to use leftover ingredients. So I had just a little bit of pesto left in like the pesto jar. And I had, I buy my sauces, don't judge me. I don't make sauce from scratch. I have made sauce from scratch before, but I didn't make sauce from scratch this time. So I got like this like vegan bologna sauce, and it was really, my roommate like isn't vegan, but like bought it by accident thinking it was like the real like bologna, like what is it, bologna pasta sauce. And then they were like, this is so good. And then one day I was like, isn't this, I looked at it, I was like, this is vegan, bro. And they were like, what? And it just tastes good, so now we just buy it. It tastes really good. So anyway, so bologna sauce, and I mixed in, I put some water in the pesto like jar to like pick up the rest of the pesto, poured it in. And then I sauteed, so I took some peppers, like chilies, and so this is what I did. This is my process. I had a pan. I heated it up, the correct pan. I heated up the correct pan this time. I'm very careful with the stuff now after I melted plastic last time. So anyway, I put in some olive oil. I put in some chilies and pepper, and I tossed in. I accidentally burnt the chilies, but we're not going to talk about that. And then I tossed in some zucchini, and then I tossed in some aubergine, aka I forgot the name. Oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the vegetable. Help, I forgot the name. Oh no. Eggplant. eggplant. Yeah, I tossed in some eggplant. And then I tossed in the pesto mix. And then I tossed in that vegan bologna pasta sauce. And I put it together. So it's poison. No, it's good. It was so yummy. It was so yummy. Shaka, thank you for 20 months of chocolate. Enjoy it. Look, I can feed you. I can feed you. You know what carrot is in German? Is it carrot? Is it Krrot? Am I right? Am I wrong? Oh no. Shaka, guys, Shaka's has been one of the most amazing mods. Been around for 20 months. Bro, I gotta make that 24-month badge. But thank you so much as usual, Shaka. Always appreciate you. Always appreciate you. Yeah. Shaka, I showed Shaka this image. And he was like, it looks yummy. And I was like, thank you. Oh, I was so close. So Krott, carrot. How do you say eggplant in German? How do you say eggplant in German? How do you say zucchini in German? It says no. Did you even try to chop the eggplant size? Look so big. No, I wanted it to be a little bit chunkier. Why does it have to be skinny eggplant? It can't be chunky. What do you have against chunky food, huh? What do you have against chunky food? What if it wants to be chunky pieces, huh? What if? It was really yummy. I was so proud. I was like, dang, I'm so good. I'm so good. Chunky sauce. I really want to try making nachos from scratch. That's like on my next on my list of things I want to do is make nachos from scratch. Yeah. Anyway, this is what I made. I was real proud of myself. I was like, dang, look at me. I'm a pro cook. I'm freaking awesome. Yeah. That's how I felt. I was like, dang. Look at that. Look at that. Pro cook, rocchi. And you guys thought I was terrible at cooking, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. Choco is just short for chonk now. Listen. Gotta have some chonk in your life. Flavored chunks. That's right. 0 flavored chunks. Hey, at least it's chunks of eggplant and not chunks of something in your milk, okay? Isn't that better? Isn't that better? But yeah, that's what I cooked. Boo, noob cook. Hey, I'm so good. What are you talking about? You'd be lucky to eat the food I make. I guess maybe what people want to say is you'd be lucky to survive after eating the food I make. But anyway, speaking of food and edibleness, is anybody watching? Eggplant means aubergine? Yeah. Wait, is anybody watching One Piece? Anybody watching One Piece? Just me? I've been watching One Piece, 1 episode a day. No skipping forward, no fast forwarding, no fast backwarding, no skipping around. And I'm really loving it. It's so well made. Yeah, the Netflix version, yeah. I was not expecting it to be. Listen, maybe this sounds mean, but my expectations for the Netflix adaptation were below ground. They were like negative. I was like, if this is even decent, I'm gonna be shocked. But it's been so good. I'm not gonna spoil or anything. I'm not gonna talk about it, but because I don't know who's watching, who hasn't, and I'm still halfway through it still. I still have like quite a few episodes left. No, but Foss, actually though, like I'm watching it with my friend, my bestie. And they're Japanese, like they're Nihonji, and we've been watching it, and it's actually good. Like it's good. I was like, what? It's a good live action? What? But it's actually really good. The acting is fantastic. The animation, the CG is really good. Even the voice lines, the voice lines have been really good too. Hi, Ne-san. こんばんは. Good evening. Welcome. ワンピースのなんだっけ実現か違うなんだっけ実写版の話してますよ。なんかネタバレないんですが、なんか意外と面白いねって話ですね。Yeah, it's so good. I can't believe it. I'm shook. I think, yeah, actually, you know, the worst part, my friend was not impressed with me is that I've never read One Piece or even watched the anime. I haven't seen any of it. So I actually went in only knowing that it was about ships and like pirates, and that's it. And we started watching, and my friend was like, you don't know anything about this? And I was like, yeah, I know nothing. I'm going in blind. Yeah, yeah. It's been really good. It's been so good. I really want to, like, I think I might want to read the manga now, maybe. Or watch the anime, but it's so long, I never got, like, like, I've seen it before, like, bits of it, but it's so long. It's, like, over 1,000 episodes and 1,000 chapters, and I'm like, where do we even start? Like, it's too overwhelming to even start, so. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. Have you watched Hell of a Boss? Have you ever watched Hell of a Boss? I don't know what that one is. I haven't seen it. Been reading it over watching it. You should definitely watch it though, Aaron. Like, it's actually good. Like, I truly mean this as someone who judges like the real version. What is it? The live action version's really hard. Like, it's actually really good. I'm really surprised. I'm looking forward to it every day. It's over 1,000 episodes. Oh no, 0. It's over 1,000 episodes. It's over 1,000 episodes. Very long. Yeah. But it's good. I recommend it. It's good. You should check it out. The acting is really good. It's really quality. You should put it in the server somewhere. Yeah, if it's an anime, put it in like the anime, make a thread or put it in the anime general. Yeah. Just 1,000 episodes. What? It's like 1,090 something, I think. Like 1,090 something episodes. And then the anime is at, like, that's the manga, and then the anime is at, like, the manga is at 1,090 something chapters, and the anime is at like 1,060 something. It's wild. Like, the most amazing thing is that the artist, the creator, does it weekly. They release an episode, like release a chapter weekly. That's crazy. Like, they work so fast. Oda-san, yeah. Like, that's crazy. I'd pass out. Thousands of episodes weekly. That's insane. Yeah. That's what I've been watching while eating dinner. Oh, and the other thing that happened yesterday, I watched Nintendo Direct. Anybody here not watch it yet? Oda-san said less than 5 years till the last manga chapter. Less than 5 years. Oh boy. Oh boy. You could always watch Sesame Street. It has more than 4 times as many. I'd rather give up chocolate for a month. Actually, though, I used to watch Sesame Street. Sesame Street's not bad. Barney was good, too. The One Piece is real. We could get much higher. I love how in the, I don't think this is, like, netabare. I don't think this counts as a spoiler. But, like, in the live action version, every time they have the opening, like, the opening logo, One Piece logo, they change it to match the episode. That's a really fun one. I always look forward to seeing, like, what the logo is going to be this time. Oh god, Barney, I feel so old. Did you guys know? Fun fact. Selena Gomez was in an episode of Barney. She was one of the kids in an episode of Barney. Now do you feel old? There you go. There you go. Barney from How I Met... No! Barney from the kids show. Not from How I Met Your Mother. Barney the Dino. That is fun. How? Kai, do you dislike Selena Gomez? I like her. Don't be mean. Bro, you can never give up chocolate for a month. I could. But I won't. Because I don't like to hurt myself. I like to be happy in my life. I like to be I like to feel joy. I like to feel happiness. You could, but you failed. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. Yeah. I've never heard of Selena, so I got no opinion. Okay, that works too. That works too. What else? I'm trying to think of what else. I think that's all I have in terms of random things that have happened this week. No, I'm not doing a no choco November or whatever. No. I want my choco. No. I refuse. See you, Oliver. Have a good rest of your day. Akatsuki-san, hello. Konbanwa, Roro, konbanwa. How are you? How's it going? Shaka, it's Selena, right, Selena? I don't know. I don't really listen to. Okay, maybe this is not a nice. I don't know if her music is really my taste, but I loved her acting, like Wizards of Waverly Place and stuff growing up. I like her as an actress. Yeah, breakfast, no choco year. Oh my gosh. Just end me now. Just throw me into the river and let me sink to the bottom. I'm done. No Choco year. No, thank you. Non-stop Choco November. I do non-stop Choco my entire life. Non-stop Choco my entire life. Okay, I think so. Should we talk about Nihongo benkyo? Because I promised Lawrence I would do this. Should I bring it up now? Is it time? Is it time? So Lawrence, tell me what you've been doing. What you've been doing in terms of studying. Also, I thought like if you guys have random things you want advice on, I will take the questions today. I will give you random advice today. I am here for random advice today. Maybe I should change the stream to random advice stream. Yeah. Where have you been in terms of studying, bro? Hi, how are you? Hi, Rocchi, hello. What should I call you? I feel bad calling you illegal. Illy. I'm gonna call you Illy now until you give me a something else to call you. Hi, Rocchi, hello. How are you? How's it going? I have a couple strawberry cheesecake Kit Kats next to me. They're pretty good. Oh, cheesecake Kit Kat. I think I've had like a creme brulee Kit Kat, but I'm not sure. Hi, Nessa. I often study EN too. Oh, awesome. English is tough. I can't imagine using EN as a second language. It's hard. It's very difficult. Yeah. I'm still self-studying my Japanese. Yeah, what are you doing for self-study? At the same time, I'm finishing my requirements and final interview for work in Hokkaido. You're at the final interview. Congrats. That's awesome. I hope you get the job. Later, I'm going to get my birthday chocolate cake. Have a good happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope you have a yummy chocolate cake. Please save me a slice. Please. I too would like to eat chocolate cake. Can I too have a bite? Can I have a bite? I hope I get picked too. I'm at my wit's end. Oof. Yeah, job interviews are hard. I've done a lot of job interviews actually. I understand. They're really tough. Just gotta study up on the company, gotta prepare, gotta know and be confident in yourself. Be like, maybe I feel like I'm not ready for this job, or maybe I feel like I still have a lot to learn, but that's okay. I can still be really good and I can learn really well and I can be an awesome employee. Like those are things like that you have to kind of practice, huh? It's tough. Yeah. If I do somehow get picked, you remember that Choco hair clip I commissioned my friend? I'm gonna give that to Choco hair clip? I'm gonna wear it everywhere. Someone's gonna identify me in the street because I'm wearing a chocolate hair clip. But it will happen. I really wanna I hopefully will get it done by the end of this month, but I'll announce it when I get it done. Is just some merch. But it's hard to find a store that's not super overpriced at shipping and does shipping worldwide. Looking around still. Since we're working in the same country, this is true. I will have to figure out how to get that. I will have to figure out how to get it from you. Let's just send a P.O. box. I have to find a P.O. box. Maybe to like a local convenience and I'll pick it up. I'll send you a picture when I get it. I'll send a picture in the Discord. Be like, I got the hair clip. It's mine. It's so cute. Yeah. Good idea. It's awesome that you're gonna be in Hokkaido. You should go to. There's so many places. There's a few places I can recommend in Hokkaido that you should go check out when you get there. If you like parfaits, there's a really famous parfait shop in Hokkaido. Yeah. Anyone got any recommendations or things to do in Kyoto apart from temples and shrines? Actually, did you know the new Nintendo museum is opening in Kyoto? Because Nintendo's head office is Kyoto, so they have the new. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can bring it up. Nintendo Museum. I went to Kyoto a long time ago, so I don't know. Where is it? Here you go. Yeah, the new Nintendo. If you're interested in Nintendo, the new Nintendo Museum. Yeah. What? See? The new Nintendo Museum. The new Nintendo Museum is gonna be in Hokkaido. It's gonna get so crowded. I don't know when it's gonna open. I don't remember. Apparently you can get all the different Smash Bros. Brawl characters at the museum. Yeah. You should be one of the first people to check it out if it's there when you go. Yeah. So far, I'm using Chonan in my vocab and Mujiko Shokai. And my Jiko Shokai. I see. Like in your self-introduction. That's awesome. That's so good. Cool, Japan. Yeah. Gotta see you. Bye, Hunter. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good one. Eat yummy food. If it's open, I'll stop by. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me see. When does it open? When When is Nintendo Museum open? I usually don't go to museums, but Nintendo Museum looks really fun. March 2024. Is it too late? It's open in March. It's still construction. It's still in the midst of construction, but apparently they're gonna try to open in March 2024. Yokka. What was 4 again? Yo? Yeah, yokka. 4 days or 4th day of the week? Or sorry, 4th day of the month? Yeah, that's right. That's right. Got it. Nice. Oof, too late. Oh well. Aw, that's too bad. I feel like Hokkaido is a blessing for me since I love cold weather. Yeah, it can get really cold in the winter, but it's also pretty mild through the rest of the year, which is the nice part about Hokkaido. It's like milder during the year, but the winter is pretty cold. Yeah. There's a festival in Hokkaido every year. It's around late January, early February. It's called Yuki Matsuri. It's like the snow festival. It's so fun. And they have all these giant snow sculptures. I think I've talked about it before, but you should go check it out. You should go check it out if you have time. When you're there, hopefully you're there. Do you know when like your job would start, Lawrence? Like around when you would be there? You should go check it out. Yeah. Yeah, boy, I'm gonna do that for real. Yeah, it's so fun. It's really nice. It's really cool. There's like people submit like ice sculptures from all over the world. So like different countries submit like an ice sculpture, and it just sits there in Hokkaido. It's super cool. But I'll be up in Tokyo after Kyoto for a couple days before returning to Okinawa for a month or so. Okinawa! I've never been to Okinawa. I want to go to Okinawa. I want to go to Okinawa. It's on my list. I also haven't really been to Kyushu, so I want to go there too. That's awesome! I'm so glad you're getting a chance to travel, Aaron. That's really cool. Hope you take some awesome photos. Take some photos of food. Put it in the Discord. I'm sure everybody will be really excited to see. We can live vicariously through you as you travel. Yeah. Any tips on how to survive second year of college other than drink 5 cups of coffee a day? Oh, that's a tough one. It depends on what you're studying. It depends on what you're studying. I don't know if I should talk. Should I say this? Should I say this? Let me think about this. I feel like I don't know how much about my human life I want to reveal. I have to think about this. But okay, I'll give some general advice. One of the biggest things I think I learned in college that was super, super helpful was do a little bit every day rather than doing a lot at once. So, for example, you know when it comes to finals, right? Or like exams. I mean, it depends on where you are in school, where in the world. I know each school, every country, every world has a different system. But if you have like an exam at the end of the semester or end of the trimester or something, right? It's best to study every day, right? You're better off studying like every single day the things you learned that day, even if it's just like half an hour or an hour a day, studying while you do homework or studying every day, so that when exam time comes around, you're not cramming. Because, you know, we always talk about dead week, like the week before, at least in the United States, we talk about dead week, which is like the week before exams or a couple weeks before exams. You don't actually want to be studying as much then. That's when you might want to take practice tests or just do like light review. But my biggest tip was always to study consistently, because then at the end of the semester, you don't have to study as hard. You just have to review lightly. I tried to not pull all-nighters. Yeah, don't pull all-nighters. Enjoy your time. I played video games, I chilled, but I studied consistently every day. So that would be my biggest advice in terms of surviving. Depending on your major, it's different and difficult, and like every teacher thinks that their class is the most important and gives you like a crap ton of homework. But like, think of it that way. If you have a question, make sure you get it answered immediately. Like, be prompt. Procrastination, it's hard. I used to procrastinate in high school, but in college I was really good about not procrastinating. So that's a big one. I think that's my piece of advice is create consistency, have a schedule, exactly. But it doesn't have to be like a fixed schedule, like 8 to 9 a.m. I'm gonna do this, or like 10 to 12 p.m. I'm gonna do this. Not like that exactly. But I would say like maybe having like a small checklist of things that you finish that day. So let's say today you have Math 101 and I don't know, English 101, or what is it? Language Arts 101 or something. Try to make sure you study both classes that evening. So you review well, or maybe study it the next day. So having a routine, yeah, that's really big too. Having a routine, having consistency in what you do and how you study is really good. That would be my biggest advice. Because then by the end of the semester, you're not stressed and you're not cramming, and that way you can still chill. Like, I'm gonna be real, I still played video games during finals week. I still streamed during my finals. I mean, you guys saw I streamed during like this entire summer, even though I was studying for exams. It's just for me, I don't feel like studying last minute ever helps. Roro studying Apex, when what? One now? Over intake caffeine? Yeah. Don't drink. I mean, coffee is not bad, but I think having a good schedule, good balance system is good. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I recommend. Yep. Seriously, row advice is very good. Furthermore, they'll learn how to note down your studies in a way that's easy to understand, make it easy for you to review. Exactly. Kitsu, that's exactly it. Like what Kitsu's saying, right? It's like you want to create consistency and making sure you understand how you learn. Like, what do you need to learn better? And making sure that you utilize that. So, for example, one of the things I really needed is to be able to clarify things with my teacher. So I would go in office hours and talk to my professor. Another one is to try to explain the material to myself or explain it to someone else. I like to rewrite my notes sometimes. So I used to rewrite my notes. I used to take notes in class and then I rewrote them at home. Also, you know what's so interesting though? I got to a point in my life where I realized I don't take notes anymore. I don't take notes in school. I will like read the material and then annotate things here and there or write down like big things, but at a certain point in my studies, I didn't need to take notes anymore. But sometimes like for a long time, notes were really important for me. Yeah, second and third years are like the hardest in uni. Yeah. I'm not that diligent. I mean, I didn't do it for every class. I did it for my hardest classes. I didn't take notes for every class and I didn't copy my notes for every class. I only did it for the classes that were really hard for me. So I had some tougher classes and so I used to take notes for them. Yeah. One of my majors was economics. And we have 2 tracks of economics. We have what is it? Rike and Bunke. I don't know how to explain it, but there's like a science track and like a non-STEM track, and I had the math and science track, and so there was like certain classes that had a lot of math and stuff. Those were tough, but some of the other classes like were easier to kind of go through without needing to take as diligent notes. But I can show you guys my note. Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. I wonder if I can show you guys this. I have to dig through my phone to see. Hold on, let me see. I can show you. I think it might be fun for you guys to see. Give me a second. My face is gonna freeze, but I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. It's in my phone photo somewhere, and I'll see if I can share it to myself and show you guys. But you can take notes in different ways. But I mean, obviously my subject is different, so it depends on like what you're studying. Like the way you take notes for each class is kind of important too, right? Like certain classes you take notes certain ways. Other classes you can be a little more chill about how you take notes. So you kind of have to find like the way to study for your class. Also talking to like upperclassmen, if you have people you can talk to, like their advice can be really, really helpful. That can be really big, is to like learn in advance like what you need to know for certain classes, or like what kind of things to watch out for when it comes to exams and stuff for certain classes. Those things make a difference, honestly, I think, in my opinion. Man, I wonder if I can find it. Will it be in my favorites maybe? Let's see if I can find it. Where is it? And the material changes every 6 months. Oof. Air traffic control. Oh my gosh, that's a really tough job. I could never. I'm too scared to ever be air traffic control. That's amazing. Dang, Aaron. Take notes on taking notes, Sasagaro-sama. Take notes on taking notes, kind of. Like you want to, like certain teachers, for example, there's no point trying to take notes in their class because they talk so fast. So maybe instead what you should do for that class is like read the material in advance so that you can just pay attention during class. Don't take notes, just listen to the teacher, maybe write down things here or there once in a while. But that's what I mean by like finding what works for each teacher in each class is really important, or else you're just going to struggle. Just gonna struggle bus. Why, guys, I can't find it. Oh, makes me sad. I was really proud of my notes. I took a photo of it and I sent it to my cousin, I think. I wonder if I can find it. Hold on. Can I search my own photos? Is that possible? Can I find my own どうだろう? いや、ないな. Math. If I Google math, will it come up? No. 4 images for math. That's not it. Yeah, I'll have to see. If I can find it, I'll show you guys next time. It's somewhere. I have like a whole set of photos from my notes. How I see it as second year is you only figure out how uni college works. My first year, actually guys, I don't know if I ever talked about this. My first year of college was really, really rough. I was struggling so much. I like called my mom and I was like, Mom, like, would it be bad if I left college to figure out what I want to do in my life? And like, it's really weird to say that because like, fairy families are like, what is it? Fairy parents are not that chill. They're really big on education. And like I didn't tell my fairy papa, but I told my fairy mama. I was like, Mama, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. I don't know if I can do this. Like, what would it be okay if I left or something? I don't know what to do. But yeah, that happened. Mama, where? I don't know. I'm so stupid. Where? I was like, I don't know. So I was studying so hard, but somehow I was doing so poorly in class and I wasn't doing well at all. And I just couldn't for the life of me figure out how to like do well in school. And it was really tough. It was a really hard time actually. Sorry, I'm still looking for the photo. I think I might give up after this scroll through if I can't find it. But I have a lot of really old images in my phone. I do not need to see my own face like 10 times. Thank you, Roro. Why do you have so many photos of this? Why do you have so many photos of yourself? Wait, I think I know how to find it. I think I know. Was it like library? I think it was like... Hold on. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's this. Is this the one? Oh, frick. Nope, I can't find it. Okay, time to call it quits. Next time I find it, I'll show it to you guys. I give up. I can't find it. First year's probably the most chill in my experience since prof usually don't spam us with a sign, but 10 assigned in a week for one sub. Oh, what? That's rough. Bro, be honest, how many classes did you flunk first year? I didn't flunk anything. Actually, guys, I know you won't believe it because I have half a brain cell, but I actually had like a 3.8, 3.7 all through college. And my high school is a 4.0. I'm not so dumb. I'm kind of dumb, but not dumb. I mean, my high school was A's. My college was not all A's. Thank you. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. Yeah, I went to a couple schools, but one of my schools was really well known, which is why I don't talk about it. One of my schools was really, really well known. So you graduated with Latin honors, like summa cum laude or something like that? No, I did not. I had department honors for one of mine. That's a lot of GPAs. One of mine I had department honors. Yeah. For the other one, my school was too competitive. I was at the bottom of the pack. I just cruised along. Yeah, best at consuming chocolate in the class, probably. No, one of my schools was one of the, I don't want to give away couple schools is to say like, I don't want to give away too much about like my, it could give away too much, but like, just think of it this way. I went to 2 different schools for college, but one of my schools was super well known and had to do with a plant. It was one of the schools that was a plant school. Does that make sense? Do you understand? I will not say more. A plant school. One of my school had like 40,000 undergrads, and my other school was a plant school. Yeah. Fairy learning plant, exactly. And I was like, why the hell am I here? I was like, I don't belong here. I'm too stupid to be here. Yeah, so plant school. Yeah, well, let's just not. I don't even deserve to be there, so we're not going to talk about me graduating plant school. So, yeah, botany. Yeah, plants. Yeah. But don't think anything about it because like I'm really dumb. I promise. I'm like, okay, listen. I told you guys before, I'm not like super stupid, but I'm not like super smart either. I'm just average, okay? I'm just average. So that's why like when I'm like advice for school, I don't have any advice. I know nothing. Do they teach how to plant stuff? Listen, for what it's worth, I learned more at my non-plant school than I learned at my plant school. I think plant school was overrated. I think it's easy to say that when you've been to plant school, but like plant school is pretty. I mean, it has a lot of pluses. I think the big difference between like my other school and plant school is that like the reality is you make a lot of connections at plant school. You make a lot of connections with people at plant school, which doesn't say much for me because I was super antisocial and streamed instead of going to parties and meeting people. So yeah. Do I regret it? No, not really. It's just not really my cup of tea. I think I had a lot of fun because I didn't. I think this is one of my other big pieces of advice is that you should, even if you're in a really tough program, because I think every school has like really tough programs and stuff, right? Like you should try to find a way to like don't let school consume your life. That isn't to say school isn't important. School is super important, and I'm really thankful I got to go to good schools and got to get an education. But I also think that maybe like, I have classmates who are like top of the class, like first out of whatever number 100 of students we were, or stuff like that. But the reality is I think that I left school happier because I didn't only study when I was in school. I did other stuff. I enjoyed you saw me streaming. I enjoyed chilling. I enjoyed doing other things and enjoyed my life and kept my hobbies. I think a lot of people enter like college, especially if they're in a rigorous program, they kind of like don't enjoy their hobbies anymore. Like I had one of my classmates be like, I was like, "What's your hobby?" And they were like, "I don't have any hobbies." And I was like, "What? No, like what do you do for fun? Like how do you refresh? How do you like let go of your stress?" But that's one thing I think is another big piece of advice is make sure that you maintain the joys in your life. Don't let school take you over. Pog, that's so many butts. So you graduated with Latin. No, and I didn't Latin honors. We talked about this. Okay, let me see. Smart friends tell me, smart fairy. Actually, I studied at one plant school and I worked at another plant school. So I've seen a couple plant schools. It's fine. They're fine. Like I said, maybe it's really mean of me to say, but I, to be honest, felt closer to my classmates from my non-plant school than I ever will from my plant school. So that's just the reality. I think I'm better suited for a more casual, chill environment. I'm baby. I'm dum-dum. I need chill people. They were nice people. All my classmates were always really nice at all my schools, but like, I think I just felt more comfortable with my other school. Yeah, see ya, Aaron. Have a good rest of your day. See you around. Bye-bye. Boy. Those top of the class ain't nothing outside of school. A lot of people I know who were top of the high school already dropped. Yeah, I was lucky. My classmates in high school were really like well-rounded and like had a lot of passions and interests and yeah, high school was fine, but college was really different. I did not like college when I started. I think, how do I say it? I was still studying really hard, but I just couldn't figure out like how to do well when like exams are the only thing. And I'm not an exam person. I'm more of a presentation. I mean, you can guess. I stream, right? Like, I prefer presentations and stuff. I'm not very good at like I was never really good at exams. I was really bad at standardized testing too. So I think that was hard to get used to. But once you get used to it, it's fine. You figure out how to study. And that's what I mean. Like one of the big things you have to learn when you go to college is knowing how to study for each class, how to study for each teacher, each professor. Yeah, I think those are kind of the important ones. Also take care of yourself. The biggest thing is also just making sure that you balance your stress. Like like I said, don't let school consume you. It's important, you want to do well, but doing well sometimes also means taking care of yourself in other ways. Like, what does success even mean, guys? What does success even mean? Yeah. Mental health, ooh, exactly. Mental health, but also, like, just don't give up everything, because one day you'll look back and you'll be like, wow, I wish I'd spent my time better. Or, wow, like, school was good, school was important, it's gotten me far in my life. But, like, it's true, like, I couldn't travel this much. I couldn't have gotten like the really awesome job I have in Japan. I couldn't do all those things if I hadn't worked hard in school or hadn't gotten the opportunity to go to school. But at the same time, if that's all I do, like I would never have known the joys of streaming or content creation. I would have never figured all of that out, right? Like studying all day, like it's important, and the people who do that are still amazing. But I don't think I am the kind of person that can last long just studying all day, right? Like, that's not me. I need my breaks. I need my video games. I need my Apex Legends. My toxicity. Now you know where my toxicity comes from. Yeah, that's really important. What else? Any other advice I can give? Any other advice I can give? What? What? Yeah, responsible and mindful? Yeah, exactly. Wait, I'm so sorry, Lawrence. I said I would show you Japanese stuff, and then I totally like jumped the ball and like went to other stuff. I have to go to the gym. I hope you have a great rest of the stream. Or also here's some chocolate. Thank you. Oh my gosh, is that Magic giving me choco? What's happened to the world? What's happened to the world? Thanks, Magic. I really appreciate it. Have a good time at the gym. Get in that awesome workout. Let's go. Uni is where I learned my mindset from. Well, I guess that's that, and that has been controlling my stress rate. Exactly. That's a really good one, Kitsu. I'm really bad at letting things go. Like, I used to be really like, you know, when you take an exam and then you think back and you're like, oh frick, I forgot to do this or forgot to do that, blah 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 blah, and your brain's like, my brain, and like, it's out of your hands now. You submitted your exam, out of your hands. Just don't even worry about it anymore. When the results come, the results come. Like my results for my exam that I took in the summer are still not out yet. I still don't know if I even passed my program. But there's no point thinking about it, because like even stressing over it, I can't do anything. Yeah. That's when everyone needs a spotlight in the stream. Yes, I love just chatting with you guys. I realize I don't do those kinds of streams very often, so I wanted to do them a bit more nowadays. From now on, I think I want to do at least like an hour or two chatting streams that you guys can come chat, ask me questions. We can chat about random things, talk about what we watched this week, random conversations. But yeah, okay, Lauren, so let's talk about Japanese just a little. I'm feeling good today. I'm so glad, Magic. I'm so glad Magic is help. Magic is fine. Magic's gonna go to the gym and work out and get strong so he can be an awesome bodyguard. I mean, like yeah. Magic gonna get buff. That's right. Buff like the lines of a choco bar. Yeah. You got this, bro. I believe in you. I believe in you. Yeah, have fun. Okay, so Japanese, yes. Okay, so Lawrence, I've talked about this before, but I think one of the big ones, the first one is, in general, listen to a lot of Japanese, right? Just listen to, kind of like how a child learns a language, make sure you're always listening to Japanese, even if you don't understand a word of what you're listening to. That's the first one. And then after that, I'm sure you already learned like hiragana, katakana, and then you can start learning kanji. Good way to remember kanji, oh my gosh. Honestly, it's reading. Honestly, it's reading, and then also some memorization. Like, you have to write it. Writing also helps you remember it. Using it a lot. And whenever you see a kanji that you don't know, looking it up. Not a lot, like not every time, but if there's a kanji that you see again and again and you're starting to see it often and you're like, wait, I know this kanji, I've seen it before. Look it up. Look it up. And that's also how you can learn vocabulary. Yeah, I think that's a big one. Yeah. What about those with furigana? Oh, you mean like where there's kanji and then there's like characters after it that are like hiragana or katakana that come after it? Usually hiragana, right? Like you mean that? That's called okurigana. So wait, hold on. So okay, so let me go through this. So when there's a word and there's hiragana on top of it, that's called furigana, right? Like that's like the pronunciation for a character or something like that. The hiragana that comes after a character in the sentence, like for example, taberu has like the character for ta that's in it, like the character for eat, and then there's beru in like. Wait, hold on. Let me write this. This is too hard to explain. Time to type. Where is my text? Okay, text. For example, if you have like, wait, why is it not typing in Japanese? Oh, my editor's not on. So you have like taberu, right? Like this, right? And then you have uchi, like this, right? And let's say it says like this is what you mean, right? So if you're looking at something like, ooh, let's see. So if you're looking at, I don't know, you can't even read this. Can you even read this? Oh gosh. 1 second, I fixed something. Where is my outline? I hope this is a little easier to see. Okay, there you go. So let's say you're looking at this. Is this what you mean? So the top one is taberu, right? So when you have it like this stuff that comes after is called okurigana. And then when you have it, that's me moving my face. Okay, then you have it like this is called furigana. It's on top of the character. That's what you mean, right? Yeah, taberu, shokuji. Taberu and shokuji. Yeah, that's what you mean, right? So honestly, they're just words, right? So try to remember them like they're words or use them in context. So I'll actually show you something. I actually got this prepared. I was like, I want to show you this. Let me see if I can pull it up. This is, you guys know the book I always refer to, Genki, right? So. So, oh, okay. Let me move stuff around. Move stuff around. I will make it easy for you to understand. Ta-da! 'Tis a book. 'Tis a book. I have an actual physical copy of it, but I found a PDF copy of it that I'm showing you guys right now. Make myself a little smaller. Small row where the mic is bigger than my face. Okay. Do you see? Do you see? JP people have difficulty to learn kanji too, right? Right? Actually, a lot of my friends, like even when I'm typing to my friends, like we usually type the kanji. If you remember the pronunciation, right? Like you don't need to remember how to write it because it just shows up. And you're like, yeah, nice. I don't have to remember anything. But yeah. So for example, in this, right? You have a lot of different kanji that show up, but you'll see certain kanji that appear again and again. Like this right here is sensei, right? It means teacher. You'll see it again and again. So you start to learn it in context. So you learn this word sensei, and then you learn that this character means like ahead, right? Like the first character. Is it too small? Can you see it? Can you see it? Is it too small? Someone tell me if you can see this. Is it too small maybe? Right here. This, you see that character means ahead, and this character has a lot of different meanings. So even if you try to learn it by individual characters, it can get kind of complicated. Too small? Is this better? Is this better? There. Is this better? Rower on the screen. Do you see this character right here? Right here. Says sensei, right? That means teacher, right? Right? Yeah, so the individual characters actually mean totally different things. So sometimes you can learn it from individual characters, but other times it can be really hard to learn it from individual characters. So you're better off just learning the word. And as you see different words that use these characters, you'll start to understand the meaning of the characters naturally. But most of the time, you don't need to know individual character meanings. You learn them in context because most characters only work, or how do you say it? You use most characters with another character. So like this is called a jukugo, niji jukugo. The jukugo means like a word, right? Or like a compound. It means compound. So most characters you'll see in the context like this, which is a compound. Character like this is what you mean by when the character has another piece attached to it. This means to go home or return. This character alone also means go home and return. So oftentimes characters that use a single character with like hiragana after it retain the meaning of the character. So for example, taberu means the same as just that first character, which is food or eat, right? So oftentimes when you learn a word like that, now you know whenever that character, that first character that I showed you, right? Like that taberu character I showed you, right? This first character, the top left, that first character already means eat. And when it comes in its own word like this, like a traditional, its own word, it still means eat. So that's where you can learn the meaning of the character in context, and you learn that this character itself has the meaning of eat and food. So then later when you learn it in this compound, you already know kind of the meaning of the first character, right? But if you try to learn it on its own, sometimes it's hard because it won't always maintain that meaning. This character does because it's a more simple, basic character, but a lot of characters won't retain their meaning all the time. They suddenly take on a different meaning. So I think it's easier if you learn it kind of in a context. Ahead, isn't that mae? Yeah, so saki also means ahead, but it's more abstract. So mae is like in front of, right? Like a physical position. But saki, well, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain. But saki is used, like, for example, saki ni ikimasu is like, I'm gonna go ahead of you. Like, for example, you're all eating at a party, and you're like, I gotta go home, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go ahead, and let's say your roommate is still at the party, and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna go ahead of you, right? So, like, that's like saying saki ni is ahead of. You're not actually physically going ahead. I mean, you kind of are, but it can be used in that context. So there's actually a couple different words that mean the same. I heard from Joey from Trash Taste learning his kanji the way from learning the kanji meaning I just figure out what it means by putting two and two together. Yeah, you can definitely do that. That can be really, really helpful. That's going to require a lot of memorization if you're okay with that though. That's how I learned a lot of kanji, is that I knew a lot of words already, but I didn't know how to write them. So I went and I memorized a lot of new kanji so that I could put them in context. But in terms of learning words better, you can learn them from reading. That's why I prefer reading, I think. It's more, how do I say it? You can have a raw memory of kanji, but it's easier to apply it if you've seen it in a context. So one thing you can do is do them side by side, which is what I was going to say next actually, is what I did, is I tried to learn them side by side. So I would memorize a bunch of kanji and then also try to read like short stories and stuff to try to use the kanji I was learning and try to see them in context, see them in vocabulary so that I could remember them better. I'm sort of good with memorization, but being forgetful is also a drawback. Yeah, so in order to not forget, you have to just keep using it. I know very few people with like a perfect memory, right? Like one way, like what Joey's probably saying is like, for example, in this character right here, the bottom one right here, this number 3 right here, 映画を見る, which means to like watch a movie, right? This first character means reflection or projection. Like for example, like reflecting something or projecting something. Like think of the physics word, right? And then the second character means drawing. So when you hear like reflection, projection, drawing, doesn't that make you think of movie? Yeah, so that's what this means. It means movie. 映画. Yeah. Does that make sense? So you can learn it like that, reflective drawing. Yeah, so you can learn it like that, but a lot of people probably just learned this in context, and later, as they saw these individual characters in different contexts, started to kind of naturally know their meanings. But yeah, it's a little different. Think of it like this. There are words you know in English, but like if someone says, hey, what's the definition of that word? You're like, oh, how do I explain this? I've never actually memorized the definition of this word. You never memorized the definition. You probably learned it again and again and again from context, right? You heard it in a lot of different ways. You heard this word being used in so many different ways, or you experienced the word if it's not abstract, like chocolate. You experienced eating chocolate, so that's how you learned what that word means, and it creates all these sensations and memories. And that's, I think, a better way to learn vocabulary. But when you're a language learner, I think combining the two is the best, which is mixing memorization with actually using it. Yeah. That's how I recommend it. Sometimes I associate images with the kanji since my JP sensei used that as an example at that time. That is a great way. That is a really great way to kind of associate it. Yeah. So, for example, like this character right here, I don't know if you can see it, but this character right here, number 4 at the end, omiyage o kau, like this character at the end, it actually means to buy, right? Like this entire kau means to buy, like when you purchase something, so this one says I purchased a souvenir, right? So kau, like the character, the bottom half of the character, or like the bottom 2/3 of the character actually is the character for seashells, right? And if you think of the top part of the character as a net, right? Think of it as like catching seashells. And remember, seashells used to be used as currency? As currency? So you're catching a lot of seashells so that you can buy things with it. Kau, you can buy. That's another way. You can make little stories to remember. But certain other characters are a little harder. For example, dekakeru, this character right here means to exit or to put out or to go out or to take out. Like it has a lot of different meanings actually. But if you look at the character, it's like, oh, how do I guess I can kind of imagine taking something out. Like you can create your own words for it. That's something you can do. Like how, yeah. It's like a projector and it's like the screen for the projector. Exactly. That's one way to look at it. I just use a game for learning JP. It's so fun learning. I'm glad. There's so many different ways you can learn. I don't think there's any like definitely good way or definitely bad way. I think there's some bad ways. I'll take that back. I think there are some ways that you probably aren't gonna be most effective at learning. But if it's fun, then I don't think it hurts, right? Yeah. So that's an example. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Is there anything else on this page I can use? Deai didn't mean like to meet. Yeah, it does mean to meet. You can think of it as like going out and meeting. Au is to meet, right? So deai is like a meeting, like seeing someone. You go out and you run into someone. You're like, oh, I met somebody new today. Yeah, so deai. You can kind of connect it. It means to meet, you're right. But yeah, I think I personally really like textbooks, and I don't like textbooks long term. I like them to get the foundations. I think after you reach a certain point, textbooks are a waste of your time in the long run. You're better off actually using it instead of always using it in like this unrealistic context. But yeah. Is there anything else we can use from here? Hito. There's a lot of hito. Oh, I'm at the bottom. Wait, I have to move the screen up. Hito. There's a lot here. Hoteru, terebi. 宿題 homework 部屋町人 These characters are so nostalgic. I worked with Japanese for over the 2 years and I can't read or write any Japanese, but if they say something in Japanese, I understand them by piecing things together. Exactly! You've probably learned it a lot in context, which makes a huge difference. Yeah, I think a really good one though is that textbooks can help you with like basic like conversations and stuff, basic phrases and things like that to get you used to like basic grammar, and then you can go from there. For example, like a huge part of what the advantage of a textbook is a structure. You get structure when you're, wait, hold on, let me see if I can find a couple pages back. There was like like a vocab list. You're not gonna, it's hard to find this in other places, like a good vocab list that goes category by category. So, asatte, ame, kaishain. And it gives you the kanji too, so you can learn the kanji if you want. 来月, 毎週, things like that. 遅くなる. Yeah. Yeah, there's so much you can do. There's so much you can do. Kanpai. Kanpai, very important if you're going out for drinks with friends. Yeah. Most of the time they take out the atashi and stuff, boku. Yeah, you can drop the subject. That's actually really important. So if you want to sound more natural in Japanese, it's to drop the subject. Yeah. So for example, one of the biggest mistakes I think if I'm hearing someone and I can tell that they're a bit newer or that like they're not as fluent, one of the things I notice is that they use a lot of their pronoun, like what is it, like the atashi, like 私は大学生です、私はアメリカ人ですとか、like they say 私は、but you don't need to because I already know you're the one introducing yourself, so you can just start with like こんにちは、はじめまして、私はだだだだ and then you can just drop it. You can just keep going and you don't even have to have it in the beginning. You just say 大学生です、10何か歳ですとか。Yeah, you can say stuff like that. That's another one. まだ行ってないとか。チョコが好きです。チョコ大好きですとか。チョコの姫様になりたいと思います。将来の夢は世界のチョコを食べることですとか。そうですか。なるほど。そうだよ。なんか私はっていう結構外国人の癖かな。私は何かって、ずっとそっちの人が話してるから私はって言わなくても理解できるからなって思っちゃうんですね。If you speak a language that drops the subject, it becomes easy. But if you're used to a language that usually requires you to have the subject, for example, like English, you can be like, hi, my name is Rocchi. You can't just be like college student. Likes chocolate. It sounds like a bullet list and it sounds really wrong and informal. So you always say, I'm a college student, I like chocolate, my favorite food is chocolate cake, I want to rule the world and eat the world's supply of chocolate. You have to say I'm, but in Japanese you don't need to say that because it's implied that you're the one talking. So you just drop the I'm. Think of it like a bullet point list. Hello, Rocchi, Choco Fairy, gimme. Exactly. That's perfect. Hello, Rocchi, Choco Fairy, give me Choco. Give Choco. Give all Choco is mine. I fight you. Easy. Think of it that way, it's easier. Also, the other thing is Japanese as a language is quite formulaic, which I think makes it a lot more accessible. So that's a really big one too, is that if you think of it like that, if you like math, or even if you don't like math, if you like systematic things, JP often omits subject. Exactly. So, 英語でその、なんだっけ、私はとか僕はとか、そういう自分を示す言葉を落とすと結構、その名詞を落とすと結構、困るということがありますね。で、逆に英語母語の人が日本語を勉強してるときはそれをいつもそういう自分の名前を言ったりとか、いつも私はって言ったりするんですね。それは難しいところ。練習しないといけないなって思っちゃいますね。Yeah, it's pretty hard. You have to get used to it. Those are little things you can do. Yeah, one time someone's accent came out and since then I'm in love with Keihanshiki accent. Keihanshiki. なるほどね。Free! Also, hi there. Hello, JL. How are you? How's it going? お疲れ様. How is work? How's work going? How's life going? Yeah, so for example, this is something I wanted to show you guys. This is the formulaic part of Japanese. Oh no, wait, what is this? Why is this showing? What is this on my screen? I don't know what I'm selecting on my screen. Oh, this. Okay. So for example, this is what I mean by Japanese can be really formulaic and it can be really easy to like learn like that. So you learn like the formal version of words or verbs and how you transform them into like formal and informal. And it's usually consistent. There's not a lot of like reigai. Reigai means like exceptions to the rule. Whereas in English, we have a ton of exceptions to rules, right? There's a rule, and then the next day, we're like, no rule. Like for example, I before E except after C. And then you have the word weird. You have the word weird, right? The word weird. It's spelled like this. That's I before E except after C, but there's no C, so why is it W-E-I? But it is. But it is. It's weird. English has a lot of exceptions. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. So the nice thing about Japanese is that it's very consistent. 英語ですはね、結構そういうルールを勉強して、文法のルールを勉強して、すぐ例外がありますね。例外が多すぎて、なかなかルールの必要がないなって思っちゃいますね。で、日本語は逆にそういう例外は結構少ないと思います。例外は少なくて結構便利だと思います。はい。Yeah, like this. Look. 書く、書かない。話す、話さない。待つ、待たない。死ぬ、死なない。読む、読まない。Consistency。はじめまして、ローレンツです。ローレンツです。ジンと呼んでください。27歳独身。なるほどね。家族の長男です。趣味は Is that 趣味？音楽聞きたい。Oh, you're so close. So 聞きたい is like you want to do it. So 趣味 means it's your hobby, and then you're saying I want to do my hobby. So is that what you want to say? I think you want to say instead that your hobby is listening to music, right? So 趣味は音楽を聞くことです。そうね。聞くことです。To do the act of listening to music. Yeah. So close, but it sounds really good. You learn all these complicated words. 独身. You're single. I see. I see. Yes, that's how you use it. So nostalgic when you recap back the bunpo I used to learn. Isn't it fun? Abidin, isn't it fun? Like, it's sometimes nice to go back and be like, dang, I used to not know all of this stuff and now I know it. I'm so smart. I'm genius. Learning a language is so much fun, especially when you enjoy the language. That's big too. You should learn the language and enjoy the language. What's other stuff? More grammar. But that's why I really like textbooks, is that they can help you with the foundation, basics. But after a while, like, there's not much use to always doing textbooks, because at some point you are better off learning from native material. You're at a point in your life where you can be like, I don't know this, I can learn it on my own. And that's kind of where you want to get. Like, for example, one of the things I really struggle with is like, I don't want to say like my intonation in Japanese is off. It depends on what it is. It's stuff I learned when I was a kid, my intonation is not off. But when it's stuff I learned like as an adult from a textbook and stuff, my intonation is off. その日本語はですね、子供の時勉強したっていうか、周りから学んだ日本語、アクセントはまあ大丈夫だと思いますが、発音とかアクセントが。でも、大人になってもっと日本語を勉強したいなとかもっとうまく話せるようになりたいなと思ったところで、教科書から学んだ日本語のアクセントは結構おかしいとかありますね、私の方は。発音とか、発音っていうよりアクセントがおかしいと思いますね、自分の。結構合ってないところ多いな。So that's, I think, a big one for me, is like one of the things I struggle with is that the stuff I learned as a kid, my accent is like pretty native, but the stuff I learned as an adult, like I have an accent. I have like, how do I say it? Not like the pronunciation itself, but like the pitch of how I'm saying something is kind of off. My bestie corrects me all the time. 日本語じゃなくて日本語とか、 Yeah, I always keep forgetting the past and present tense and the wants and the currently doing. You mean the intonation? Yeah, intonation. Yeah, the pitch accent. The pitch accent. Actually, there's this really cool website I should show you. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you. This is actually one of my favorite resources that I think is underutilized. It's called, what is it? Pitch accent Suzuki-kun? Let's see if I can find it. Prosody Tutor Suzuki-kun. I don't know if I've ever shown this on stream before. There's this website. Well, let me minimize the screen so that you can see. This is a really good resource, and if you're ever wanting to sound more native, work on your accent, you can use Prosody Tutor Suzuki-kun. It's by Ojad. So for example, チョコを食べるのが好きです. So you do this, and you click analyze, and you see here, it shows you the accent marks. チョコを食べるのが好きです. Right? And then you can even have it pronounce it for you, and it'll give you the generate playback.
チョコを食べるのが好きです.
Do you hear that? Can you guys hear that? Is it too quiet? 静かすぎ? 聞こえます? 大丈夫? Playback.
チョコを食べるのが好きです。
チョコを食べるのが好きです。これでそのピッチアクセントを練習できます。私ピッチアクセントめっちゃ苦手なんで。めっちゃ苦手なんで。Yeah, this is really, really important. So this is a really good thing to do. There's also this thing called shadowing. I think, let me see. Shadowing, it's hard. It's basically you listen to stuff and you repeat what they say. So for example, let's say you're watching an anime and they have a sentence or a phrase that you like. はい、ちょっと聞こえる。あー、なるほどね。ちょっと静かかな。ごめんね。もっと音量です。Here, let me see if I can. Let me do this. Let me do this. I got this. I got this. Watch me. I'm so good. Okay, I'm gonna make this louder. Get ready for it to be kind of loud. Playback.
チョコを食べるのが好きです。
Can you hear that better? Yeah. So it'll pronounce it for you. You can even have it go slower and stuff too. So that's a good way to learn. So I used to put my presentations in here and practice the pitch accents. So you can put whatever you have. You can type a whole like story in here and then have it give you the pitch accents. Another cool thing about this website is Ojad. Oh wait, that's not. Ojad. You can also look up vocabulary here. So if you have Genki, conversation, grammar, reading, writing, you can have it shows you this chart, right? And it shows you all the accents on the chart. So you see, for example, 飛ぶ、飛びます、飛ぶ、飛びます、飛んで、飛んだ、飛ばない、飛ばなかったとか. You can have it show you all the different like accent marks. And that's really, really cool. This is really, really awesome. So it'll even show you for your textbook. So if you're using a textbook, like there's all these different textbooks. There's Genki right here, so you can look up the unit. Let me see, what unit are we on in this thing? Oh no. What unit is this? Unit 8. 第8か9か9か9に行こう。9に見てみよう。9, 9, Unit 9. You click it and it has all the words. Has all the words. Yeah. And it shows you all the forms. So you can see all the transformations and how the accent works. So you obviously like, it can be really overwhelming. You're like, oh frick, there's so much to do, so much to learn. Like, don't feel too stressed about it. But one of the advantages of this resource is as you're learning the word for the first time, or as you're learning the word, you're looking it up and learning it, try to listen to it. Listen to a native person saying it, listen to this like program speaking it. And if you learn it correctly from the beginning, you don't have to remember it in the future. So now every time you say odoru, you can say odoru instead of saying odoru or like changing your accent funny. So you've learned it correctly, and once it becomes like a part of you. For example, right, English, you say apple, right? We don't say apple, apple. We say apple, and we know that the accent is on a. So when you're learning it for the first time, if you learn that the accent is on a and you practice it on a, eventually you don't need to remember where the accent is. So if someone says, hey, where's the accent in apple? I don't know it off the top of my head. I have to say apple, and I'm like, oh, it's on a. I remember it. So that's a big one. すごいな、めっちゃ便利だ。嬉しい、嬉しい。そう、こういうなんか素晴らしい、なんだろう。素晴らしいウェブサイトとかありますよ。ぜひぜひ、なんか把握するには結構大事だと思います。 You should we're in the technology era. There are so many resources out there. You have to find the ones that you need. Maybe you're someone who's super, super good at grammar, so maybe you don't really need as many grammar resources, but you're struggling with pronunciation, so using that is really important. Yeah, that's really, really important. So that's a big one. That's Audible. So many good resources. Yeah. The fact that Apple's similar to Romanian Apple, but the pronunciation is a bit different is funny. Yeah, a lot of words have overlap. But yeah, so this is a good way to practice. This is what I like. And you can even listen. You can do it by JLPT. I'm bad at grammar. Yeah, there's different resources for grammar. I think there's like a grammar website that's useful. And look, it's organized. I don't know if you can wait. Can you see? Let me check. Yeah, you see on the left, it's organized by adjective type. It's adjectives, na-adjectives, and then nouns. So that's a really good one. So this is one of my favorite resources. I wish this wasn't there when I was first studying. I only learned it later, but I really, really love it. And if you want to sound more native, I think this is a huge resource for sounding more native, where you don't want I don't think I sound super native, but usually like people think I was fully raised in Japan, but like maybe like traveled abroad or stuff like that. So it's a little different for me, but I kind of wish I had this one learning. So now I want to use it more. But this is a really, 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 really good resource, and it's free. It's 100% free. So please use it. Please take advantage of it. It's underrated. It's underutilized. But yeah, I love OJAD, OJAD, and Prosody-kun, Suzuki, Prosody Tutor Suzuki-kun, which is one of the features within this. So this website the website is OJAD, right? Just look up OJAD, and then on the left-hand side here, there's somewhere here, there's Prosody Tutor, right here, Prosody Tutor Suzuki-kun, and it'll do this. There's also word search. So if you're trying to find a word, like, I don't know, you can find a word here. You can search for a word here. So let's see if I can find shokuji. I keep using the same examples, but we'll see. See? Shokuji, play. Female voice. Will it work? Will you work for me? No. 待って。音声聞きたい。なんで？ないな。Is it not working? Oh well. 食事. Okay, it's not running. Maybe I don't have something enabled. But this is one of the big ones. This is one of the big ones I really love. Yeah, I think something's frozen on here. But anyway, there's my resource. Thanks for the resource. Might be used to prepare for JLPT. Yeah, see, look, you can even search by JLPT right here. Difficulty word length JLPT to level 1. I wonder how this works. Like, let me just try this. I've never used this before. Word search. JLPT level 1 to level 1. Oh, there you go. Here are all the I don't think these are level 1. This is not level 1. This is too hard for level 1. You can even remove them from a list. You can print them out and stuff. Look at that. You can print it out. You can print it out and stick it on your wall and practice it every single day like a good student. Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Somaru toka. Yeah, I love studying this stuff. This is so fun to me. I think if I hadn't studied what I studied, I would have loved to study like language acquisition or something. Yeah, it's complicated, but it's super fun. But anyway, this is a really, really fantastic resource, and I really recommend using it. It's free, so please take advantage of it. And it has a lot of old textbooks on here. You have the Minna no Nihongo. You have Japanese for busy people. You have Kanji daisuki. Dekiru Nihongo. There's so many resources, so take a look. And even if your textbook is not on here, you can just Google it. You can just word search it. But yeah, it's made by the University of Tokyo. It's made by a university project. Yeah, studying is fun, but teachers make it suck. It's hard. Sometimes you're really lucky if you get a really good teacher who loves what they do and who's really good at teaching. That's really important. But I hope that was kind of helpful, Lawrence, is that like there's a lot. I know it can be really overwhelming because language acquisition is so complicated sometimes, but it's really great to start, like I said, 1 with listening, 2 with learning the basics of like the language in terms of, for example, learning all the hiragana and katakana, and then after that it's to actually get a chance to practice it in context. And one of the things that a textbook does is it gives you structure for the foundations. And then after you're done with like the first or second level textbook, you should just practice it in context. Reading, writing, reading web pages, try to read Japanese websites. look online, find online resources, and then as you go along, when you see new words, try to learn them, memorize them, use them, like you were practicing using chonan, right? You practice using the vocabulary, and that's how you learn. So it all starts off like step by step, but I think the almost overwhelming part about language acquisition, in my opinion, is like you don't know what to learn. You're like, what do I study next? What do I study now? There's so much to learn. That's like a huge mountain. I don't even know how to climb it. And that's how I'd like to think of it, is that start with foundations, start with exposure, then with basics, then with foundations, and then after that is kind of a free-for-all. Learn whatever you want to learn. Like if you really love, like, I don't know, if you love math, go watch a bunch of math YouTube videos in Japanese. Or if you love, like, I don't know, space exploration, go watch space, like after you've learned the basics, right? Go watch space exploration videos in Japanese, and you'll learn all the vocabulary as you watch again and again. It'll come up again and again. Look up words here, there. So, and then you can supplement that by actually memorizing things. So when you hear new words, maybe add them to a vocab list or an Anki or like to a flashcard deck and practice them. That's how you, I think, kind of to summarize it, that's how you do it. But there's a lot of resources out there. I think if you're in the beginning stages, starting with a textbook is the best way because it's structured. Not because I think textbooks are superior. Like, I mean, most people who learn a native language don't always grow up learning a textbook for the first 6 to 8 years of their life, right? But when you're an adult and there's so much to learn and it's hard to figure out where to start, a textbook gives you structure. So finding a textbook you like, using it to get that foundation, and then exploring on your own, use native material, enjoy yourself. Read manga, watch TV shows. That's what's gonna be the best. Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Oh, thank you. Tokyo, University of Tokyo, props to them. Yeah, they did. I actually met one of the professors that worked on this. That's how I learned about this. They worked on it, and it was really cool to hear from them, like what it was and why they were doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Biology is best because of reasons. Definitely. Biology is fun. There's so many, I mean, like YouTube is out there. There's so many videos on different languages. There's so many videos in all these different languages, and the best thing is to get exposure. Japanese novels also a good alternative. Exactly. I will say one thing I do recommend. I know people love light novels, but actually light novels I think are really high level. They're kind of hard to read in my opinion. I recommend reading like middle school level books first. Like for example, Hoshi Shinichi-san. Wait, let me write their name so that you can kind of see. This author. This author is a really, really good author. And their writing comes up on the middle school entrance exam in Japan. Their short stories, they made this category of novels called, or they write this category of stories called short. Hoshi Shinichi. Yeah, so Hoshi Shinichi-san. They write this category called short. So it's like short stories, but even shorter. So each of their stories is like 4 to 7 pages of like a Japanese like small book. You know the small Japanese books, bunkoban, like the really small Japanese books that people can read on trains, like the small size ones. They're about 5 to 7 pages of that book. Yeah, so I have a short story collection of, I have so many of their books, but one of my collections of their books is like, there's like, I don't know how, it's like a 300-page book, and it has like 25 short stories in it. And each short story is really interesting. They write it, and also this is the other one. You should read stuff that you enjoy. And when it comes to stuff you enjoy, it's really hard if it's too hard for you or too easy for you. For example, some people will say like read elementary school books, but sometimes elementary school books are boring. I'm not gonna lie, like some books are really good, but sometimes they're just too easy for an adult. Like when I say easy, I don't mean like the Japanese is easy. I mean that the subject is too simple or not interesting for an adult to read. So it can be really demotivating because it's like you're easy to read, but it's not really fun to read. And then on the other side, maybe something you really want to read, like a really interesting, like let's say you want to read Sword Art Online, the light novel, or like, I don't know, Danmachi, the light novel. It's like you want to read it and the story is so interesting, but it's hard to read because there's a lot of difficult vocabulary. Also, the writing style is really different for light novels. Like compared to a regular novel, a light novel's writing style can be a little complicated. So that's why I really recommend Hoshi Shinichi, because I think their books are a good book for N3, N2 level, N1 level without being too, like, the subject matter being too easy or too boring. Like he writes like sci-fi. His stuff has been turned into like short like movies and stuff. It's like super interesting, and it's like good for both children and adults to read. It's like complicated. Like they're mystery. He'll end on cliffhangers. And he doesn't finish the story, and then you're like, what happened? And then you have to just figure out what happened. Yes, I love, probably one of my favorite authors. Probably one of my favorite Japanese authors, especially as a learner. Yeah, there you go. That's a big one. Nowadays, I know some foreign people carve a tattoo of kanji. Yeah, that's always a surprise to me. I sometimes scroll Reddit, and there's so many people who are like, what does this mean? I got it tattooed. And I'm just like, why would you get it tattooed and you don't even know what it means? いやー、そういうタトゥーはね、よくレディとかネットでこういうタトゥーもらいましたがどういう意味ですかって聞くなんか投稿でそういうことを見て、いやよく意味を分からずにタトゥーもらいましたねって思っちゃいますね。いやー、漢字かっこいいもん。わかりますよ。私も漢字好きで。難しいけど楽しいと思います。I love wordplay. ダジャレが好きで。ダジャレとか、その本である熟語を使って普通の読み方じゃなくて、ちょっと珍しい読み方で、面白い文章を書く作家さん？それはすごく尊敬しますので、好きです。Yeah! 草Cliffhangers to the reader by... No, it's not volumes. So they're not cliffhangers for like volumes. They're like... Think of it this way, it's not a cliffhanger, it's that the short story ends almost without a conclusion. So like, it's kind of implied what happened. Like let's say the implication is everybody died at the end, but they don't actually say that. So then you're like, oh, I wonder what happened. So those are the kind of stories. Oh, you want me to give you an example? I can give you an example of a story. I'm going to translate it randomly in English right now, and I can tell you a story that I read from them. That was really, really, really fun. So there's this huge mudslide in this village, like outside this village. So think of a small village. So this is, by the way, this is a Hoshi Shinji story, right? So this is one of the stories I read like 2-3 weeks ago from that short novel collection I have. And so one of the stories was, so I have a cold, my nose. Anyway, okay. So basically, there's this little village, and there's this huge like tsuyu, like rainstorm. Like it was during the monsoon season. There's a huge rainstorm, and outside this village, there's this really important shrine. Like it's a few miles from the village. It's this really important shrine, and in the mudslide, the shrine and a lot of the village, like parts of like the areas outside the village, get kind of dislocated. So the shrine gets like moved, and it turns into like tatters, and like there's a mudslide, right? There's a huge mudslide. And when like the rains are over and everything is done, the villagers go out and they see that there's a giant hole in the ground. There's this giant ass hole in the ground where the shrine used to be, and the shrine is gone. Like the shrine is gone, but there's a giant hole in the ground. And they look at the hole and they're like, wait, what? There's this giant hole. Like, what do we do? We need to rebuild the shrine. But they realize that the hole doesn't really have a bottom. They look in the hole, and like it's kind of creepy because they can't see the bottom of this giant hole in the ground. So one guy yells into the hole, hey, come out, who is there? Like nobody's in there, right? But like he doesn't know, he's just kind of creeped out. So he's like, hey, who's in the hole? Come out right now. And there's no response. He can't even hear his own echo. So then this other, all these villagers gather around, they're looking at this, and the village chief said, oh, this is bad, we should just rebuild the shrine. So then they're trying to figure out what to do, and then some of the kids come around, and one guy picks up a rock and he wants to toss it in the shrine. And the village chief is like, no, don't toss a rock into the hole where the shrine used to be. Like it could be really dangerous. Like what if the gods bring down punishment upon us? What if you throw a rock in there and it's just punishment? But of course, this teenager just ignores him and tosses the rock with all his might into the hole. But he never hears the rock hit the ground. They can't figure out how freaking deep this hole is. So then a scientist comes and tries to figure it out, and the scientist uses like the top, best, newest equipment in the world, and he can't figure out how deep this hole is. So then there's this businessman. There's this businessman, and he's watching this whole thing. The news crews have come, and they've reported about this giant hole where the shrine used to be. That's like this endless hole that they found. And the businessman says to the village chief, he's like, hey, can I buy this hole? And the chief and the villagers are like, what now? You like what now? No, this is where our shrine used to be. And he's like, no. I'll build you an even nicer shrine closer to the village, so it's not, as far away as this hole is, or where the shrine used to be. I'll build you this really nice shrine. I'll even add in this little like gathering area for everybody to gather and meet up. And so, they're all like, oh, okay, but they're like really, they like the offer, they like what it is, and they're like, what are we gonna do with the hole anyway? So they agree. They agree to having this businessman build this shrine closer. And so, what's funny? The businessman wasn't lying. He actually did build them a shrine closer to the village. And he did, in fact, add on a little gathering area. So it worked out really well. So they got this. But this businessman, he was like, now I have this hole. I must sell rights to use the hole. So he starts by advertising to the nuclear waste companies. He says, hey guys, we have this hole. You don't have to build like nuclear waste reserve tanks anymore. Just come and dump it in this hole. And so they, at first they're a little dubious, but then they realize that this hole is kind of endless. They're like, oh my gosh, this hole goes literally, like it goes on forever. So then all the nuclear companies get into a bidding war and they start dumping into the hole. And then the government finds out about the hole and they're like, oh my gosh, wait, we can use this instead of making the city sewage. So the village is here, but there's a city nearby the village, right? Think of the village as like the outskirts of this huge like state or whatever, and there's a city, and the city government finds out. They're like, oh my gosh, wait, hold on, we could use that hole. So they redirect all the city's sewage and garbage disposal, everything into the hole. So they redirect it into the hole, and actually the water starts to get cleaner. So instead of redirecting all the garbage into the water or the ocean like they used to, they redirect it into the hole, and now everything's cleaner. That's another thing. And then this lady who's getting married again, she dumps her old lover's photos into the hole because she's like, I never want to see the light of day again. The government brings, like the country government brings their top secret documents and dumps it into the hole. They're like, we don't want anybody to see this. No, we don't need to do anything. We just dump it in the hole. The hole goes on, and the hole keeps going on forever. And it still doesn't reach the top. Like they still look in and they can't see the bottom. The hole goes on forever. And it's not full yet. All this is happening and years are going by and nothing's happening. The hole is just not reaching the top. They still can't see the bottom of the hole. They still can't hear an echo from the hole. Everything is fine. And in fact, this like I said earlier, the water gets cleaner, the skies get cleaner, pollution has gone down, it's looking beautiful, and suddenly the city is like expanding. And so the story kind of ends around this. So it ends around kind of this scene. So it's about how they're building these skyscrapers that go high into the sky because now the sky is so blue and the view of the water is so beautiful and bright and crystalline, and the city is just so clean. So it's becoming popular, and so they're building the skyscraper. So there's this worker. He's a city worker. He's standing on the skyscraper, taking a break for lunch. He's just standing there because they're building and building into the sky, and he's sitting there looking at this beautiful view. And as he's sitting there eating his lunch, he hears someone's talking. He hears someone talking from the sky. He hears someone say, hey, who's down there? Come out. And he looks up and he's like, what? That must have been my imagination. Like, nobody's talking to me from the sky. Like, what? That's not how it works. And so he just kind of doesn't really hear it. He thinks it was his imagination. And then he's like packing up and he stands up and a rock falls down. And he doesn't even see it, and it like scrapes his like shoulder. And he like kind of was like, huh, what? And he doesn't really notice it. And then he just looks out into the beautiful view, and he's like, wow, it's so pretty. And the story ends. It ends there, and that's it. It's over. GG's. We're done. That's one of the short stories that he wrote. It's like 5 to 7 pages. I made it kind of long because I'm doing it from memory. I read it like 3-4 weeks ago. But that's what I mean by cliffhanger. I low-key want more. I know his stories are so good. And the best part about his stories, though, guys, is that they're not hard. They don't use like insanely hard. Like this story has a few more harder words in it because it talks about nuclear waste and stuff. And those are some difficult words, even in Japanese, even in English. But isn't that so interesting? So what I mean by his cliffhanger endings is that the stories end in a way that lets you, like, you know what happens. You're like, oh shit, they effed up. But he doesn't say that. He lets you think about it. And a lot of his stories end that way. So he writes a lot of like sci-fi, futuristic, almost slightly dystopian. Sometimes he writes modern, sometimes he writes fantasy. But his stories are just so good. I have so many stories. I can tell you guys more stories I read. But it's so fun to read it in Japanese and also understand what you're reading because, like I said, it's not super hard, and it's also not super long, so you don't have to like be like, I have to get through a whole novel. No, you just have to get through 6 or 7 pages, and it's really great. That's why I love this author. So the author is Hoshi Shiichi-san, and I'm sorry, I know I didn't do as great a job of explaining the story, but I can if you want, I can tell you guys more stories that he's written, but all credits to him. I did not make that story up. No, I mean, it's a story. Like some of the stories are also good. Like, I don't want to say life lessons, as many authors write, but they're not super preachy, which I really enjoy. But you know, his stories are really good. They're really good. They're interesting. They're fancy. They're dramatic. They're kind of mysterious. I have so many stories. I can tell you another one. Some of them are really simple and easy to understand. Some of them are a little more complicated, but this is a good one, right? Aren't they just depleting their resources because it doesn't get recycled? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it leaves up so much to interpretation. Like now, okay, so they left it open and it's falling from the sky now. So are they gonna just get dumped with nuclear waste and trash and the government secrets and all this other stuff? Maybe they should have handled it differently. And that's the thing, nobody questioned it. In fact, there's one part of the story where he says people thought about like, oh, you know, we should probably do something about what we should do when this hole gets filled, because they weren't actually sure that the hole is endless, right? Like, they just realized as they dumped things into the hole that the hole actually never got filled. So they realized it, but like as they were doing it, they didn't know that, right? They didn't know that this hole would not have an end. Maybe it would have had an end, but in the story, they're so clear about saying like they didn't want to think about it. They didn't want to think about the consequences. Like they just did it. Like it straight up said that the villagers thought about like maybe they should do something, but nobody really wanted to deal with it, because the short term was easier than thinking into the long term. So there is like, you can now imagine why this is on middle school exams, right? Because it does have a degree of like making you think about the world, think about your actions and those consequences. And that can make it a really good story in like a life lesson sort of way. But you don't have to read it like that. You can just read it and enjoy the story, you know? You don't have to think super deeply about like some of the other aspects of it. I think it's fun to do that. I think it's fun to think about like, what does this say about my society? But you know, you don't have to think it that way. You can just enjoy the sci-fi. Yeah, I gotta read one of the stories. Does he have a lot? He has a ton. He has like at least 40, 50 volumes of stories with each like 25 stories each. There are hundreds of stories. He's written hundreds and hundreds of stories. Like I said, a few of his stories have even become like short movies on TV that were broadcast on TV with acting and everything and sci-fi effects and everything. Like, they're really good. Yeah. Especially in League. Yeah, I love, literally, one of my senpais at work introduced me to this author. I love their stories so much. I was reading them back to back. I was reading like one every day. like last month when I was traveling. So and the nice thing is I have the actual physical book. So it's nice because I don't have to, you know, it's a small, tiny book, so it's easy to read on the go. Nothing left. Dario's like, oh my gosh, Santa's, they all died in the end. Cool story. We don't know that. We don't know what happens. But isn't that the fun part? Yeah, if you guys like this, I can do a story time. Maybe next time I do a stream, I can do a story time stream and I can just tell you guys story after story. I had to review the story because it's so hard to remember sometimes off the top of my head. I read so many. Yeah. Now I can't stop thinking of the end. It's fast. Oh, there's so many. There's so many. I can give another short story one. I can give another short story here. Okay, let's end on one more short story. This one is not as mysterious. I have a lot of other ones I've read that are more mysterious. I'll tell them to you guys next time. I love stories. I love reading, guys. I love good stories. If you guys like them too, I'm happy to share them with you. Yeah, I love sharing stories. Oh my gosh, my favorite thing growing up was when my mom would read me stories at night. Oh, my favorite thing. That's one of my best memories growing up. I was really lucky. My mom loved reading, and so she read a lot to me. But here, I'll give you one more story. This one is a lot more simple. It's definitely geared a little more towards kids, but I still think it's a funny story. And it's really simple to read, so if you start to I like killing story. Oh no. Murder. You like murder. I see how it is. No, this one is not like that. So this one is about this dude. This dude is sitting on the ice. He's sitting on the ice. He's out on the ice. He's out on the tundra. He's ice fishing. He's ice fishing and he's sitting there and he's not really getting anything. He's not really finding any good catches. So he's like, fishing and fishing and nothing's coming up. Nothing's pulling his line. Nothing really good is coming. And then finally, he feels his like line get kind of taut. Gets pulled a little, and he's like so excited. He pulls it up, and it's just a pot. It's a giant freaking pot. It's just a pot, and he's just like, well, that's useless. So he gets this pot. It's this old looking like urn, like pot, like think of it like a flower pot, almost like a giant flower pot, like a chunky flower pot. So he looks at this flower pot. He's like, what the frick is this? And he's like, I can't even take this to an antique shop. Like this probably has like no value. So he's like, whatever. And he puts it to his side. I don't know what it's made of, actually. That's a good question. I have no idea what it's made of. But he puts the pot to the side. And as he puts it to the side and he puts it down, suddenly it starts to smoke. The pot starts to smoke. It's smoking, and slowly this creature comes out of the pot, and it looks at him. And he looks at the creature. And he's like, what? And the creature is like, how dare thee awake me from my slumber? And he's like, what the? So, excuse me? And the pot, and the creature is like, I am a demon. How dare thee disturb my sleep? What does thee want? And he's just like, I've never seen a demon in real life. I didn't know you existed. And he's like, I do. Those who believe know that I am real, but those who do not, I do not care for. As in, like, he was like, I don't care if you believe in me or not. I'm here in front of you. And then, like, the fisherman's like, oh, okay, so, like, okay, sir, great demon lord, sir, what? And so, the Japanese word is akuma. And he's like, what can you do? Like, the demon's like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want of me? And, like, the fisherman's like, oh, well, like, what can you do? Like, I don't know what you can do. And he's like, what are your powers? And so the demon, he sticks his hand into the hole that the fisherman was fishing out of. He sticks his hand into the hole, and he pulls out his hand, and in his hand is this beautiful, shiny, sparkling gold coin. He pulls out a sparkling gold coin, and the fisherman's like, gold. And he's like, oh, that's a real neat trick you can do, Mr. Demon. Can you get me another? Coin? And so the demon's like, okay, fine. And he sticks his hand in and he brings out a handful of coins and he puts them down on the ice next to the one coin he pulled out. And the fisherman's like, oh, this is nice. And he's like, oh, dear demon, sir, can you do it again? Can you do it again? And so the demon's like, oh, you greedy fellow. And he sticks his hand in and he brings up another huge handful of gold coins and he puts it on the ice. And the fisherman looks and says, oh, demon, can you do it again? And the demon is like, okay, fine. I really think you should make this the last time. I'll do it one last time for you. And the demon sticks his hand in, pulls out a huge load of coins and puts it down. And yet again, the fisherman says, oh, please, can you do it one last time? I promise, last time. And the demon just looks at him. And says, fine, you want one last? Fine then. And the demon sticks his hand in, and he pulls the gold coins out, and he puts them in the pile, this huge pile. There's a pot, the fisherman is standing on the ice, there's a huge pot, and all this gold coins. And suddenly, there's a huge crack. Here's a huge crack. And the fisherman's like, oh shit. And the fisherman runs so fast to shore. And he stands and he turns around. And all he hears is the demon cackling. The demon's cackling and sinking into the ocean, and everything is disappearing. It's sinking underwater because the ice breaks apart. And it all sinks to the bottom of the ocean. And the demon just smiles at him as he sinks underwater with the pot. And that's how it ends. So the demon just laughs at him, high-pitched cackling as everything sinks underwater. And the fisherman just stands on the shore and looks back, and he's just so thankful he ran for his life, but then he's like, That's it. That's how that story ends. Yeah, that's the first story in the short collection I have. My mom loved that story. She taught it to all the kids. My mom teaches some of the kids in the neighborhood. So she taught the story to all the kids as like what happens with greed. This is why you shouldn't be greedy, because if the fisherman had just taken the gold he got and been satisfied and gone off, he would have been fine. He would have had a crap ton of gold coins. He would have made buck. He would have made buck, but he didn't. He didn't. Instead, he risked it, and the demon taught him a lesson. Sounds like Roro trap us. What? I didn't trap anything. What are you talking about? But his stories are so good. I have so many more. Maybe I'll do a story stream next week. That's just us talking about stories from that book. I have so many stories. But all of this is credit to Hoshi Shiichi-san. Hoshi Shiichi-san. You should read his books. They're so good. And I promise, even if you're like in like N4 level, N3 level, you can get through his stories. Very, very accessible. Yeah, they're very accessible. All the coins are Choco coins. I don't know. I'd rather have gold coins, because then I can go buy myself a crap ton of Choco. I don't want Choco coins. I want gold coins so I can buy myself Chalky. I want gold coins so I can buy myself Chalky. Yeah, but that's the story. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked it. I need to get better at telling those stories. I don't remember them very well. Also, I have such a bad cold right now. The weather changed really suddenly, so it's been really hot all week and I was fine. And then today, it suddenly got super cold and I had the window open, so I caught a bit of a cold. My nose is kind of stuffy. I'm sorry. But I'm glad you like the stories. I love stories. I have so many stories I can tell you. You know, I love telling you guys random stories from my life. I'm not a super interesting fairy, but I have some fun stories, I think. I hope. Stories are fun. I'm so glad, though. I think that's a good place to call it good. Last thing I wanted to wrap up is I saw a couple super chats. I'm sorry I missed it, which is why I will go read them. Let me see. Abidin, thank you so much for joining. Choco Enjoyer for joining membership. I hope you like the chocolate-covered strawberry. Thank you so much for joining. It's great to meet you on stream. Thank you for hanging out. And Jaryu, congrats on 16 months of Choco Enjoyer. Oya. Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the Choco. I know I'm not doing any membership streams nowadays. I'm sorry about that. I hope I appreciate the support regardless. I know one day I want to be able to do more maybe, but I think I might. I'm not sure yet. I might close membership at some point soon. Just because I'm not going to be streaming very often, and I feel kind of bad having you guys be a part of membership and not really giving you something nice to go with it, not even regular streams. So we'll see. I'm still thinking about it, but it might happen. I'll let you guys know if I end up closing membership at some point. But before I close it, I might do one membership stream. We'll see. Oof, no member content. Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't had much member content recently anyway, though. I think membership is now just support. It's just channel support tier, which I really appreciate, but I wish I want to do more for you guys, You guys don't know, like, as school has ended for me and I'm going to start work, I actually booked so many tickets yesterday for school. Not for school, for work. They booked me flight tickets and stuff from my work to, like, relocate because I'm moving, right? Actually, I might make content out of that because guess what? They were like, you can fly business class. I was like, what? I've never flown business class. What cool. I'm like, okay, I fly business class. That's nice. So I will take photos and video, maybe. We'll see. I'm gonna be the noob in business class. No, I mean, maybe I'll take video. We'll see. But anyway, that aside, I haven't really made fun content for you guys. I want to make better like membership content, but I haven't really gotten to. So I think at some point, if even my regular streams are kind of not really going to be very frequent, I think it's better if I close membership and just enjoy. If you want to support, you can always super chat, but I think it might not be right to keep membership open. We'll see. I have to think about it, but yeah. Fine, Ro, here, have some coins for your Choco. Thanks, Name. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super. Thank you for the Chalky. I will enjoy it. Roro going to drink wine on a plane. Actually, I don't really like wine. I think I prefer, like, beer. Do I seem like a fairy that prefers the finer things in life? I drink the wine. No, I drink beer. I drink beer. I like beer. Not a lot. I don't drink very often, but once in a while when I get drinks, I like cocktails or beer. Ro is a beer enjoyer as well. Yeah. I like beer. I like my flavored beers and stuff too. Why does that sound very Roro? Like, you know, the first time I drank beer, I hated it. Actually, the first time I had a sip of vodka when I was in Canada, and I got so sick. I had a sip of vodka and I got sick. It was my first time trying alcohol, and I was like, what is this? What is this? Yeah, beer fairy. No, we should have. Once I get to Japan, I really want to do like a snacks and drinks stream or something. I've really wanted to. I think what I might do at the very least is once I move, I might at least do like monthly, at least 1 or 2 streams a month where we do snacks and chatting and stuff. So I might not be doing gaming streams very often, but at the very least, I'll be doing streams here and there. But like I told you guys, I'll never quit streaming. I'll never quit streaming, so you'll never see me completely gone. It's just I'll definitely not have a stream schedule, and I'll probably be like 1 or 2 streams a month, but I'll be here. I love doing this. I love chatting with you guys. I enjoy your company. I want to see you suffer. Mwahaha. No, but I really want to take video of the business class. It's fancy business class too. So I really wanted to. I get lounge access and stuff. I found out I get lounge access in both airports. I've never been to a lounge before. Actually, I think I have. No, yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a lounge before. So I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go to a lounge. So fancy. This is why you get educated. My work, I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go to a lounge. What's that? Never experienced that before. So I want to take a couple of videos. Maybe I'll share it with you guys. Talk about those things. Hopefully they won't kick me out for being too weird child fairy. They'll be like, are you old enough to be here? Yes, I am. Please let me in. I'm over 18. I'm over 18. I can come inside, please. Japanese drinks are so good. Yeah, I'm really excited. But yeah, that'll be in a couple months though. So that's what I mean. I'll be on the. I travel. I've been traveling way too much. Like I said, I have frequent flyer status now. Quick suggestion: will you do those IRL videos where you insert your PNG self like those big name companies? I want to. I really want to. I really want to do that. At the very least, if I can't make a lot of content frequently, I want to at least make good content once in a while. So yeah, I want to do that. I'm going to take a little bit of video, maybe not a lot, but a little bit of video and put myself in there, or at least show you the video and chat with you guys on a stream and talk about what happened, what it was like. I think it'll be fun. Fairy flying business class. I'm so excited. Yeah, but hopefully soon. But yeah, I'm really glad I did a just chatting stream. It's been so long. I realize, I do love playing games. I love hanging out, and I love like being toxic. I mean, I'm playing video games, but I think it's really nice to. Just chat with you guys and talk about random things. Talk about no schedule, no plans, just random things. Yeah, like 2 to 4 second video snippets soon together with other snippets. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Take videos of like my seat and like things around me and like the food I eat. Yeah, I'm excited. I have to hide my flap flaps of excitement. Yeah. But okay, so for next week, to wrap up, next week I'll do I'll do the karaoke stream next week, but it's gonna be kind of short because I actually have some work meetings. So I told you guys I have some meetings that I had to kind of plan, and that's why my schedule was kind of funky this week and next week. But I have a work meeting next week, and it's kind of important. So I have to present some stuff, so I have to prepare for it and things. So next week we'll have 2 or 3 streams, and on Friday I will be doing a karaoke stream. It might be a lot shorter, so it might only be like 5 songs or so, 5 or 6 songs. But we'll do a chill karaoke stream, chat a bit, and then I'll be a bit away for like a week because I have to travel a bit. Wait, I lied. Oh my gosh. I said 3 more flights this year. I lied. There's like 7 more flights this year. I just realized. I forgot I was flying next week. Next week. Well, I will take video. I also said I'm meeting Shabir in a few weeks, so I'll take video then too. But anyway, the point is, back to. I got so distracted so fast, really quick. Yeah, 3 to 7 is quite far, row. Yeah. Anyway, next week we'll have 2 to 3 streams. I want to get at least a short video out this weekend, 1 or 2. What about Florence? Like Florence as in Italy? I am going to Italy. That's a good guess. I'm going to Italy sometime. At some point. Anyway, yeah. That's what we're doing. So next week, 2 to 3 streams. On Friday will be karaoke. I don't know what I'm doing for the first 2 streams yet, but you will find out this Sunday or Monday whenever I figure out what I'm doing and I post a stream schedule. I I try every week. I try with the stream schedule, and somehow it comes out a little late. But yeah. So the week after next week will be a bit of no streams, but I will post content and I will bring you guys videos to share together that we can enjoy and talk about on stream. But they'll be short videos instead. Yeah. Okay, that's all I got. I'ma go eat a snack. Lawrence? No, Florence. Florence, as in the place. But you know why I'm going to Florence? I told you guys, right? Assassin's Creed. I really want to see the buildings. I love good architecture. I don't know much about architecture, but I love good architecture. So I'm excited to go there. So yeah, that's all I got. Thank you so much for joining me for a fun, hopefully fun. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. Fun chat, chilling, talking about Nihongo, talking about food, talking about TV shows, and talking about short stories and things. But next time I'll come with a bunch of short stories. We can do a short story stream, and maybe we'll do that next week. I'll think about it. We'll chat a lot. Otsuruchi desu. Hope you have an amazing trip. Thank you. I'll catch you all soon. Well, I'll see you next week, but after that, we'll catch again soon. Kid, good luck on everything. Thank you so much. Thank you for the fun stream. No, thank you guys. The stream wouldn't be the same without all of you here and enjoying it together. That means so much. I will work on my storytelling so I can tell you even more good stories next time. Otsuruchi desu. Otsukaresama desu. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, rest of your day, rest of your weekend, and I will catch you all next week. Maybe I'll do a gorilla stream tomorrow on Twitch, Apex, maybe. Safe journeys. Thank you, Leon. Thank you, Krez. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Akatsuki. Well, I would say everybody's name. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Name. Otsuruchi desu. Otsukaresama desu. Catch you all soon. Eat yummy food. Bye.